It'll tell its own story.
It looked almost like it was shot in one take. It was so seamless.
Wow, what a
How did you
compliment.
do that?
So 4 nights, 5 cameras each night. So we actually had 20 takes of every line. So that's the ultimate compliment. I'll make sure the editors hear your praise.
Oh, it was very smooth.
Well, you know what? To his credit, he was so locked in. He'd memorized the script. He knew his timing. He knew his locations. He knew his body position. So they matched. So we could really go from one night to another, and you wouldn't know the difference.
The timing of the release of this film coincides with the permeation of social issues through other media, such as sports and art. So, when it came to someone who was, in both of those films for the longest time, why is this timing of this release so important?
This is a guy who spent, let's just say the second half of his life in politics. But he's an example of bipartisanship. He's an example of people who can disagree agreeably. He's an example of people who can respect each other even if they have totally different points of view. It's really about humanity and treating people with respect and decency. And, I think if you listen to what he has to say here, you see that we're kind of all in it together. I think that's Bill's message.
I took a look at your IMDb page. Gotta say, you're responsible for half my childhood. Amanda Show, all of that. Big Fat Liar.
Wow,
First, I
thank
want to
you.
say thank you for that, but I want to talk about the future because it looks like you're attached to a George Gervin documentary.
Yeah.
So, what made George such a great subject to look
He's
forward
the
to?
Iceman, he's a beloved figure, NBA royalty, and a guy who's just smooth, right? He was smooth and cool as ice. A guy that influenced a lot of people in the game today. You ask Kevin Durant, he can tell you that George was kind of his role model. Michael Jordan was his teammate. Great piece of trivia, right? So who was a teammate of Dr. J and Michael Jordan?
Wow.
George Gervin from the ABA with Dr. J and with Michael Jordan at the end of his career with the Bulls in the 80s.
Incredible.
I'm from Philly. When Dr. J came, there we go.
Great,
Get
right?
that big guy in there, and we'll get one.
Think we're going to win another one ever?
Who?
Philly.
Yeah.
I'm a Philly guy.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
there.
really lovely.
I was there in '67 when Wilt finally beat Bill Russell and the Sixers finally won their first title. So go
Wilt,
way back.
I ran cross country in Philly high school, and Wilt used to come out and talk to the kids. Get out of his Bentley. All he had was Vince with him. No press, no security,
Right.
and he sit there the whole court for an hour.
That's cool.
I need a few Villanova titles. My parents are
Yeah.
dead. So if not for
Thank
Nova,
you.
I don't exist.
That's great. We're
I have
doing a
another
George
question
Rapley
for you.
documentary now.
Oh, yeah.
George, probably before your time. George was the guy who recruited Howard Porter that got Villanova to the finals against UCLA in '71. He's also the guy that really deserves a lot of the credit for Michael Jordan signing with Nike. He was the head of basketball.
When's that coming out?
Next spring for March Madness.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I appreciate your time.
71, they didn't think they could win, and that secondary guy hit those shots from the corner.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah, we had
They didn't realize.
my favorite team.
Howard Porter.
Howard Porter.
Yes.